Welcome students to your English class. In today's session, we are going to learn the story Tempest by William Shakespeare. The story Tempest was believed that the play was based on the actual wreck of a ship called the Sea Venture of Bermuda. There is a strong evidence that Shakespeare used elements of the story of the wreck. Prospero was the protagonist of the story The Tempest. He was the Duke of Milan. He was thrown away by his brother Antonio and he was exiled from his kingdom with his 3-year-old daughter Miranda. Prospero was exiled by his brother Antonio with the help of the king of Naples. When Prospero reached the island, he involved himself in learning the magical power. He controlled the nature, he controlled the spirits, and he destroyed the evil spirits, and he had some spirits under his control to help him. Ariel was the chief of all spirits. After 12 years of his exile, he saw a ship near the island. In the ship, he can see his own brother Antonio, the king of Naples, and Ferdinand, the son of king of Naples, and some other noble person were also there. So, Prospero ordered Ariel to control the nature and create a tempest inside the sea and wreck the ship. So Ariel obeyed the order of his master Prospero and created a tempest inside the sea. Then Prospero came to inform about that to Prospero. So Prospero made his daughter to sleep and heard what were happened. Ariel informed that the members inside the ship are all safe, but he separated each and everyone in the ship, and each and everyone believed that they alone in the ship was survived. He created a tempest. The ship was wrecked, but everyone were safe. Let us continue in today's session. Ariel then went to fetch Ferdinand. Who is Ferdinand? Ferdinand was the son of the king of Naples. O my young gentleman, I will soon move you. You must be brought, I find, for the lady Miranda to have a sight of your little pretty person. Come, sir, follow me. Ariel took Ferdinand to Miranda to show the new person in the island. He followed in amazement the sound of Ariel's voice till it led him to Prospero and Miranda. Ferdinand can hear only the voice of Ariel. The voice led him to Prospero and Miranda. They were sitting under the large tree. Miranda had never seen a man except her father in that island. Miranda, tell me what you're looking on yonder. Prospero is asking what he is looking for. Oh, father, surely that is a spirit, Lord. How it looks beautiful. Believe me, it's a beautiful creature. Is it not a spirit? By seeing Ferdinand, Miranda thought that it was a spirit. But it is not a spirit. It is a human being. It was Ferdinand. She was amazed by looking at the young man standing before her. No girl, it eats and sleeps, had senses, such as we have. This young man you see was in the ship. He is somewhat altered by grief, or we might call him a handsome person. He has lost his companions and wandering to find them. Prospero informed that he is an young man. He lost his belonging as well as his relations in the shipwreck, but if he saw them, he will be all right, Prospero informed. Miranda, who thought all men had grave faces and grey beards like her father. She thought that the human beings are like her father, old father, with a grave faces and a grey beard. But she was delighted to see an young prince before her, such a lovely lady in this desert place. From the strange sound he had heard, expecting nothing but wonders. Thought he was upon an enchanted island. Miranda was the goddess of the place, and he began to address her. He thought she was a young goddess in that place. He was not able to believe that she is a human being. That much she was beautiful. She timidly answered, she was not goddess but a simple maid. She is a simple young lady, going to give him an account of herself. Prospero interrupted her dialogue with conversation between Ferdinand and Miranda. He was well pleased to find they admired each other. He was really happy to see both of them admiring each other. He resolved to throw some difficulties in their ways. He wanted to put something in between and he wanted to find whether they are truly loving each other. He addressed the prince with a stern air. He came to the island as a spy. Follow me. I will tie your neck and feet together. We shall drink sea water, shellfish, withered roots, husk of acorns shall be your food. No, I will resist this. Prospero informed that he can drink seawater, shellfish, and the dried roots and some husk to eat. But Ferdinand refused to eat such thing, and he drew his sword. Prospero, waving his magic wand, fixed him the spot where he stood, and that he had no power to move. Ferdinand wanted to kill himself with the sword, but with the magical power, Prospero stopped everything and he tied him there itself. Miranda hung upon her father. Why are you so ungentle? This is the second man I ever saw, and to me he seems a true one. Miranda is begging her father, and she is informing him that he seems to be true. Silence! One word more will make me chide you, girl. What an advocate for an impostor! You think there are no more such fine men, having seen only him and Caliban. She is telling, I can see only he and the Caliban in the island. My affection are most humble. I have no wish to see a goodlier man. Come on, young man, said Prospero to the prince. You have no power to disobey me. Prospero is ordering him to obey his command. Prospero had commanded Ferdinand to pile up some heavy logs of wood. King's son, not being much used to laborious work. Prospero ordered Ferdinand to do all the laborious work. As he is the king's son, he is finding very difficult to do all such things. He felt fatigued. He was really tired to sleep. Alas, do not work so hard. My father is at his studies. He is safe for these 3 hours. Pray rest yourself. Miranda is begging him, as it was a time for his father to learn and take rest. So he can take rest for 3 hours. But Ferdinand did not obey for the words of Miranda. He said that he has to obey the words of Prospero. Prospero, who had enjoyed Ferdinand this task merely as a trial of his love, was not at his books, as his daughter supposed. He was standing by them invisible and watching what was happening. And then Ferdinand, in a long, fine speech, told that innocent Miranda he was the heir of the crown of Naples. Ferdinand informed Miranda that he was the only heir to the Naples and she should be the queen of Naples. While Ferdinand is doing the laborious work in the island, Miranda is begging. Prospero is hiding. He is invisible and watching what they are talking to each other. Prospero then appeared before them. Fear nothing, my child. I have overheard the uproar of all you have said. I will make you rich amends by giving you my daughter. All your vexation were but trials of your love. Prospero is informing that whatever the work he is doing here is just a trial to see whether he is loving her daughter or not. And the only gift for his truthfulness is the gift of Miranda, his own daughter. When Prospero left them, he called his spirit Ariel, eager to relate what he had done with Prospero's brother and the king of Naples. In the meantime, Prospero called Ariel to bring before him his brother and the king of Naples. And they were also fatigued because they are not having good food to eat. So Prospero ordered Ariel to create a banquet with a good meal. They were very eager to came there to take the meal. At that time, Prospero hid everything with the magical power. And leaving him his infant daughter to perish in the sea. So here, the king of Naples and the people who came along in the ship were discussing what they can do. When Prospero left them, he called a spirit to create a banquet, and he wanted to give a very good feast to the people who came in the ship. And utter amazement, their seeming harpy spoke to them, reminding them of their cruelty in driving Prospero from his dukedom. Prospero is now informing that he was exiled by his cruel brother from his dukedom Milan. As he was the Duke of Milan, he was exiled by his brother. He is recalling the cruelty done to him by his own brother and the king of Naples. The king of Naples, Antonio, the false brother, repented the justice that he has done to Prospero. They really feel bad for the thing what they have done 12 years back. Then bring them here, Ariel. Ariel soon returned with the king Antonio, the old Gonzalo. This Gonzalo was the same, who was so kindly provided Prospero his books and provisions. So the Gonzalo, the good man, also traveled in that ship. He only helped Prospero. He provided some books and some food items, some dress to Prospero to travel in that sea. Grief and terror was stupefied their senses. He first discovered himself in the good old Gonzalo. He first showed himself to Gonzalo that he was safe in that island. So here, King of Naples and Prospero is meeting each other. Antonio with tears, he is repenting for his mistakes. He is asking forgiveness from his brother. I have a gift in store for you too. And he's telling that he's having a gift for Ferdinand in the storeroom. The gift is none other than Miranda. The king of Naples was almost much astonished at the beauty and the excellent grace of the young Miranda. Who is this maid? He's asking to Prospero. Prospero is telling that she is the only daughter and she is the Duchess of Milan. No more of that. Let us not remember our troubles past. We should not remember about the past. Let us think about the present and future. Prospero now told them that the ship was safe in the harbor. Everyone believed that the ship was wrecked. They were in the island. There is no other possible ways to move to their own land. But with the help of the magical spirit, Prospero had the ship very safe in the harbor. The sailors are all on board her. That he and his daughter also accompanied with them in that ship. Before Prospero left the island, he let Ariel free in that island. Because Ariel was a slave to Prospero for the past 12 years, now he freed the slave Ariel in that island. You can see Prospero, Alien and the Caliban in the picture. We can see the important character Prospero, the Duke of Milan. He was exiled by his brother Antonio. His only daughter Miranda. She came into that island at the age of 3. After 12 years, his father created the wreck and introduced some characters in that story. Ariel is the chief slave of Prospero. Caliban, son of Sycorax, an evil spirit. Antonio, an evil brother of Prospero. Ferdinand, the son of King of Naples. And then complete the textbook exercises in your textbook, page number 25, 26 and 27, and learn the essay. Narrate how Prospero made his enemies repent to restore his dukedom. That is a homework for you today. You have to learn page number 26 and the essay. Thank you, students.